In its 2020 vision, Rwanda will become a country that its economy will no more depend on agriculture sector, but based on knowledge and the best service delivery. As many other sectors have developed, the service delivery and customer care still remains a key challenge. It will require a mindset change for a bright future. In this framework, the United Nations Association of Rwanda organized discussions and workshops for a better service delivery. But foremost, what is the United Nations Association?
We are civil society branch of United Nations. We act as UN branch, serving as intermediate between the United Nations with people. People view UN as something huge, very rich and difficult to approach, but fail to understand their commodity and what it serves them, except those high-ranking officials, politicians who know its regulation on their countries. It seems people in the villages don't know exactly what the UN means for them. They don't know what their role is in supporting the UN to continue to exist and realize its goals. They don't know the way through which they can address it to serve their interests. That is why the United Nations Association exists, to serve as medium between the UN and people for all common benefit.
These discussions were initiated among different university scholars, and what they do includes debating on the service delivery and customer care services.
If you have already granted a service, pay for it because you have bought it. Sometimes the bad service delivery comes from the customer. For example, when you come to my restaurant wanting fried eggs, I ask you what kind of fried eggs you want, and you say, just give me. Then I'm going to fry eggs the way I want because there are many kinds of doing so. If I come with it, you tell me you delayed and you come with the eggs I don't like. And then you decide not to pay me saying I delayed with the eggs which are not for your choice. You should pay me as far as I did it using money I never invest. They should pay.
Main reasons why the bad service delivery can't be paid are as follow. Bad service delivery brings losses to someone who needs it. Secondly, because it will be much easier to condemn those with bad service delivery as far as they could ruin the country's development. Remember, 45% of the country's economy depends on service delivery. These discussions help them understand that the best service delivery is the duty of the service deliverer. Many of us here are the young generation, and many of us, even children, clearly understand the positive attitude of the service delivery system. As workshops are still being organized for the youth, future leaders of the country, if we know how dangerous the bad service delivery is and fights against it as youth for a better customer care service, I don't hesitate that our country will have the best service delivery and bring awareness to other countries. Debating on such issues not only helps a lot in knowing much more on both sides, but also help many people thinking negatively to change positively and make their own decisions based on other people's ideas. But there are many reasons that occur causing the bad service delivery. Mostly, it comes from the low mindset on both sides, where the service deliverer and customers will think that it needs refreshment and reinforcement. As they debated, they are all people who offer bad services unwillingly or not knowing how to do so. Customers must ensure that they have fulfilled what is needed for the service they need. The service delivery and customer care service subjects should be introduced in different schools in order to raise positive awareness towards the best customer care services around the country. It was recommended that customer care and service delivery subjects be introduced in all schools. The reason why we ask schools and education boards to introduce that course in this subject so that they grow knowing how to deal with customers and differentiate the bad and good service delivery. They will also act as advisors for those who deliver services for the sake of knowing where needs a necessary change.
There are different kinds of offering services. There is a good service, a best service, and a bad service.
A good service delivery is such service you pay for without any delay and they leave without unnecessary quarreling. You got what you wanted and you leave. A best service delivery is the one you were given an extra bonus prior to the good service you were offered. Something that touch your inner feelings. It's like honeymoon between lovers, and the hotel servant decorate their rooms with beautiful flowers, holiday cards, and other extra gadgets. Those things are all of charge but give pressure to the customers. Negligence and disrespect of the profession ruin the state's credibility. When people talk to you without any will of listening to them shows disrespect. The areas that occur where one needs a service but the deliverer has engaged a funny conversation or has engaged chat via social networks, that is the worst behaviors everyone can tolerate.
Rwanda is one of the attractive countries in the African community and all around the world. Its leadership is stable and the economy is sustainable and still developing at the international level.
Delivering a bird service means that the person in charge doesn't love his or her job, but for the sake of struggling with the survivor. That is why you find them mixing home affairs with their jobs. I try to teach my colleagues as a professional not to do that, but knowing that home affairs might be left home and start work with a new appearance that goes hand in hand with the best customer care service.
Scholars who acquired service delivery knowledge during the workshops said it will bring a big change in customer care services.
This is a good debate as far as different people discussing on a single topic, but with different ideas, but with the same view, try to build a common understanding so as to help low mindset to change based on those different ideas. I find it interesting discussing on the framework of debates.
This is a good initiative and we are glad to work with them because it raises awareness among scholars and people of diverse backgrounds in customer care services and service delivery. We will still cooperate so as to empower them, reach the bigger audience on the sensitization of the good service delivery policy.
A nice word, serving with both hands, doesn't require a prize.
Delivering service with a smile approach would help much as far as smile represents a goodwill towards somebody. But it's too bad when someone approaches and you show yourself unhappy because it frightens the customer and wonder if you have ever met. Offering a smile, talking face to face by asking for more details for and clear question would help build a positive image.
It is very important to change the mindsets and use mass communication as a tool to reach the wide audience, create associations which will supplement other government's goals so that the bad customer care and the bad services delivery not stain the country's Vision 2020 in its long way of sustainable development.